If you're building a homestead, a piece of land for slow living, farming, and self-sufficiency, then the tractor you choose will determine everything, from whether you own the land or the land owns you. Today, we're not talking about expensive new machines, but 7 time-tested used tractors, machines that are still working every day across America and stay until the end, because number 1 might be the buy once, use for a lifetime tractor. Number 7, the David Brown 990. When people talk about classic tractors for a homestead, they usually think of Ford, Deere, or Farmall, but quietly, for nearly 2 decades, one European tractor proved it could work just as hard on American soil. That tractor is the David Brown 990, built from 1961 to 1980, and it earned a reputation as one of the toughest mid-size diesel tractors of its era. The heart of the 990 is its 4-cylinder diesel engine, producing about 52 horsepower. That may not sound huge, but what matters on a homestead is torque, not just horsepower. This engine was designed to pull, not race. It runs cool, sips fuel, and keeps going hour after hour without complaint. Many owners have seen these engines pass 8,000 to 10,000 working hours without a major rebuild, for jobs like pulling firewood, running a bush hog, or working a garden plow. The 990 just keeps showing up every day. What really makes the David Brown 990 special for a homestead is its size and weight. At a little over 5,000 pounds, it is heavier than small utility tractors, but much lighter than big row crop machines. That gives you the best of both worlds. It has enough weight to pull hard and stay planted, yet it is still light enough to protect your soil, your lawn, and your driveway. You can drive it through a pasture, around barns, or between trees without leaving deep ruts behind. Then there is the transmission and PTO system. The 990 was built to work with equipment. Whether you are running a rotary mower, a tiller, or a wood chipper, the PTO delivers smooth, steady power. The gearbox is strong, simple, and designed for real farm work, not just light duty. That makes it perfect for the kind of mixed jobs a homestead requires: mowing one day, hauling the next, and plowing when the season changes. Another reason the David Brown 990 is such a smart buy today is the price. Because it is not a John Deere or a Ford, many people overlook it. That usually means you can buy a 990 for 20 to 30% less than a comparable American tractor with the same power. You are not paying for a brand name, you are paying for iron, gears, and a diesel engine that was built to last. The David Brown 990 is not flashy. It does not try to impress, but it has quietly earned respect on homesteads all across the country by doing what matters most: working hard, burning little fuel, and refusing to quit. And if you think this European workhorse is impressive, just wait until you see what's coming in number 6. Number 6, the Oliver 1650. When American farmers in the 1960s wanted a tractor that was strong, smooth, and built to last, many of them turned to one name, Oliver. And one of the finest machines they ever built was the Oliver 1650, produced from 1964 to 1969. This tractor delivered what many homesteaders still want today: big power in a size that is still easy to live with. At the heart of the Oliver 1650 is a 6-cylinder engine, available in both gasoline and diesel, producing around 66 horsepower. Compared to 4-cylinder tractors of the same era, the 1650 runs smoother, quieter, and with far less vibration. For older operators, that matters. Less shaking means less fatigue, and that means you can work longer, safer, and more comfortably. But smooth does not mean weak. The Oliver 1650 was built to pull. It delivers strong low-end torque, which lets it do real work without having to scream at high RPM. Whether you are pulling a plow, skidding logs out of the woods, or hauling a loaded trailer, this tractor keeps a steady pace and burns fuel efficiently while doing it. In terms of size, the 1650 hits a very sweet spot for a larger homestead. It weighs just over 6,000 pounds, giving it excellent traction, but it is not oversized. Like a big commercial row crop tractor, you can still get it into barns, through gates, and around buildings without feeling like you are wrestling a giant. For acreage that is too big for a small tractor but not big enough for modern farm equipment, the Oliver 1650 fits perfectly. Another major advantage is parts and support. Oliver tractors have a strong following in the United States, and the restoration and collector community is very active. That means new and used parts are still available, and there is a lot of knowledge out there to help keep these machines running for decades to come. The Oliver 1650 is a tractor that makes you feel confident. It is steady, powerful, and comfortable, the kind of machine that makes hard work feel a little easier. But sometimes, a Homestead does not need big muscle. Sometimes it needs a lighter, more nimble worker, and that is exactly what you will find in number 5. Number 5, the Allis-Chalmers D14. Not every homestead needs a big, heavy tractor. Sometimes what you really need is a machine that can go anywhere, turn on a dime, and work all day without wasting fuel. That is exactly what the Allis-Chalmers D14 was built to do. The D14 was produced from 1957 to 1960, and it was designed as a modern, efficient utility tractor for small and medium farms. Under the hood is a 4-cylinder Allis-Chalmers engine, available in gasoline or diesel, producing about 34 horsepower. That might sound modest, but this tractor was geared to make the most of every bit of it. What really makes the D14 shine on a homestead is its compact size. Weighing just under 4,000 pounds, it is light enough to move easily through orchards, around barns, and down narrow farm lanes. Yet strong enough to pull a plow, a mower, or a loaded trailer. You can drive it into tight spaces where larger tractors simply cannot go. One of the smartest features Allis-Chalmers ever designed is the snap coupler hitch system. Instead of wrestling heavy implements by hand, the D14 lets you back up, lift, and lock them into place quickly and safely. For older operators, that means less strain, fewer risks, and more independence. Switching from a mower to a blade or a tiller becomes a simple job instead of a workout. The D14 is also known for its excellent fuel economy. With its small but efficient engine, many owners can work a full day on a surprisingly small amount of gasoline. That makes it perfect for homesteads where the tractor is used often, but not always under heavy load. And when it comes to keeping the D14 running, it is hard to beat. The engine and drivetrain are simple, rugged, and easy to understand. There are no complicated systems to fight with, and parts are still widely available thanks to the strong Allis-Chalmers community. This is a tractor that most owners can service themselves with basic tools. The Allis-Chalmers D14 proves that you do not need a big tractor to get big work done. It is nimble, reliable, and quietly capable, a true homestead partner. But if you are looking for a tractor that can do everything around your farm, from mowing to plowing to heavy pulling, then you are going to love what comes next in number 4. Number 4, the Massey Ferguson 65. If there is one tractor that truly earned the title do-everything machine, it is the Massey Ferguson 65. Built from 1958 to 1964, the MF65 was designed at a time when farmers needed one tractor that could plow in the morning, mow in the afternoon, and haul loads in the evening. And that same versatility is exactly what makes it so valuable on a homestead today. At the heart of the MF65 is the legendary Perkins 4-cylinder diesel engine, producing about 45 to 50 horsepower depending on the version. This engine is famous for one simple reason: it refuses to wear out. Perkins diesels are known to run 10,000 hours or more with basic care. They start easily, run cool, and sip fuel while delivering strong pulling power. On a homestead, that means fewer repairs, lower fuel costs, and more time getting real work done. The MF65 also shines in its transmission and hydraulic system. It was built to handle equipment, whether you are running a rotary mower, a tiller, or even a small front loader. The hydraulics are strong, smooth, and dependable. The power takeoff delivers steady output, which makes it easy to run modern and vintage implements alike. This is the kind of tractor that adapts to whatever job the day brings. One of the most important features of the Massey Ferguson 65 is its power-to-weight balance. It weighs enough to get good traction and pull hard, but it is not so heavy that it tears up your pasture, your yard, or your garden soil. You get real working strength without damaging the land you are trying to care for. And then there is the value. The MF65 has a reputation that keeps it in demand. These tractors rarely lose value. and in many cases, they are worth more today than they were a decade ago. That means you are not just buying a tool, you are buying a machine that holds its worth. The Massey Ferguson 65 is not just a tractor. It is a long-term partner for anyone who wants to build and maintain a self-reliant homestead. But as strong and versatile as the MF65 is, there is one true American icon that still stands above it, and you will find it in number 3. Number 3, the Ford 8N. There are tractors, and then there is the Ford 8N, built from 1947 to 1952. This simple gray and red machine did more than work fields. It helped build rural America. Even today, more than 70 years later, the 8N is still earning its keep on homesteads all across the country. Under the hood is a 4-cylinder gasoline engine producing about 27 horsepower. By modern standards, that sounds small, but what made the 8N special was not raw power, it was how that power was used. The Ford 8N introduced the 3-point hitch to everyday farmers, a design that completely changed agriculture. For the first time, implements could be lifted, controlled, and adjusted as part of the tractor itself. That system became the worldwide standard, and it is still used on tractors today. For a homestead, the Ford 8N is almost perfectly sized. It weighs just over 2,700 pounds, which means it is light on the soil, easy to maneuver, and gentle on lawns and gardens. You can pull a mower, a plow, a blade, or a small trailer without tearing up your land. It is ideal for small to medium acreage, where control and simplicity matter more than brute force. One of the greatest strengths of the 8N is how easy it is to keep running. There are no computers, no sensors, and no complicated electronics. Everything is mechanical. If something goes wrong, most owners can fix it with basic tools, a service manual, and a little common sense. That independence is exactly what homestead life is all about. More than 500,000 Ford 8NS were built, and many are still working today. That huge production run means parts are everywhere. You can walk into almost any tractor supply store in America and find what you need. Parts are affordable, and used components are easy to find, making ownership simple and low stress. The Ford 8N is not fancy. It does not try to impress, but it is honest, dependable, and proven by generations of farmers. It is a tractor that feels like an old friend, one that shows up every day and gets the job done. But if you love the Ford 8N and wish it had more power, better hydraulics, and a little more muscle, then you are going to want to see what is coming next in number 2. Number 2, the Farmall 300. When International Harvester introduced the Farmall 300 in 1954, they took everything farmers loved about the old Farmall H&M and made it better. Built until 1956, the 300 was a bridge between classic iron and more modern tractor design, and that makes it a powerful choice for a homestead today. The Farmall 300 is powered by a 4-cylinder engine producing around 40 horsepower. What really stands out, however, is its strong low-end torque. This tractor was built to pull, not just to move. Whether you are plowing soil, skidding logs, or pulling heavy implements, the 300 digs in and keeps going without struggling. One of the biggest upgrades over earlier Farmalls is the power steering and improved hydraulic system. Compared to an old H or M, the Farmall 300 is far easier to drive, especially at low speeds or when turning with heavy equipment attached. For older operators, that means less strain on the arms and shoulders, and more control when working around buildings, fences, and tight spaces. The tractor's solid weight and wide stance give it excellent stability, weighing well over 5,000 pounds. Farmall 300 stays planted on the ground, even when pulling hard or running heavy equipment. That makes it feel safe and confident, whether you are on a slope, in loose soil, or dragging a loaded wagon. Another major advantage of the Farmall 300 is the Farmall community. These tractors are loved, collected, and restored all across the United States. Because of that, parts are easy to find. Knowledge is easy to access, and help is never far away. Owning a Farmall 300 means you are joining one of the strongest tractor communities in America. The Farmall 300 gives you classic Farmall toughness, with modernized controls and better comfort. It is the kind of tractor that feels both familiar and improved, a perfect fit for a working homestead. But even with all of that strength and history, there is still one tractor that stands above the rest. And the machine in number 1 truly earns the title of the tractor of the century. Number 1, the John Deere 2440. When you talk about a tractor that can truly serve a homestead for a lifetime, one name rises to the top, the John Deere 2440, built from 1976 to 1982. This machine represents the perfect balance between classic iron and modern reliability. It is old enough to be simple, but new enough to handle almost any job a homestead can throw at it. The John Deere 2440 is powered by a 4-cylinder John Deere diesel engine, producing about 60 horsepower. This engine is famous for its durability. It is not unusual to find 2,440 tractors with over 10,000 working hours that have never been opened up for a major rebuild. These engines start well, run cool, and deliver strong, steady torque day after day. For a homesteader, that means confidence. You turn the key, and the tractor is ready to work. What really sets the 2440 apart is its hydraulic system and PTO. This tractor was built to run equipment, whether you are powering a large rotary mower, a front loader, a post hole digger, or a wood chipper. The hydraulics are smooth and strong, and the PTO delivers consistent power. This makes the 2440 incredibly versatile. One machine can mow fields, move dirt, drill fence posts, and clear brush, all in the same week. Size also matters, and the 2,440 hits what many people call the golden size. For a homestead, it is not so big that it feels clumsy or hard to store, but it is large enough to handle serious work. You can get it into barns, through gates, and around buildings, while still having the weight and strength to pull and lift when needed. Another huge advantage of the John Deere 2440 is parts availability. John Deere supports these tractors better than almost any brand in the world. Filters, seals, pumps, and engine parts are available all across the United States. You do not have to wait weeks or search for rare pieces. When something wears out, you fix it and get back to work. And finally, there is value. The John Deere 2440 is one of those rare machines that barely loses money. In many areas, these tractors sell for almost the same price year after year. You are not just buying a tractor, you are buying a piece of equipment that holds its worth. The John Deere 2440 is not just the best tractor on this list. It is the kind of tractor you buy once and keep for the rest of your life. As we come to the end of this list, it is worth remembering something simple but powerful. A homestead is not just land and buildings. It is a relationship between a person and the machine that works beside them every single day. The tractors we talked about today are not the newest, and they are not the fanciest, but they have proven one timeless truth. When cared for with patience and respect, they can serve a man or a family for a lifetime. If you own one of these tractors, or if you grew up with one, take a moment and share your story in the comments. Tell us which machine helped you work your land, feed your family, and build your way of life, because in the end, it is not just about horsepower or steel. It is about the quiet bond between a farmer and the tractor that never quits.